The official was 1-3-4-2 with cuts of 3, 4, and 7. So we got to start off the day with some big cuts. The biggest cuts on the bottom, obviously, a 7-point cut is going to indicate that there was a DQ. And so our bottom horse, horse 2, you'll notice that in the 360 right, he went to the left. And so he was disqualified and we found him at the bottom. He also received quite a few penalties following the 360 box. He had an upwards 1-point break of gate and a downward 1-point break of gate. And then he also struggled in the right lead pulls, having a 3-point break of gate over the first pull. And after that, he was pretty good in the bridle throughout, and he was more centered over those last jog pulls where quite a few horses struggled. After that, we have our first place horse, the Bay, the first horse out of the day. Really well-mannered, stayed straight in between the reins with great expression, really forward movement on the walk. He did have a few hit penalties and also some spacing penalties on the jog pulls. That was a big problem today on all of our horses in that class. The rule book says a front or hind feet, more than one in that designated location is going to be a 1-point penalty. So quite a few horses struggled today over the jog pulls in those areas. And then we also noticed on our winner today that he was a little bit mouthy at the gate, and so we did discredit that maneuver. After that, in second, we have horse 3. This horse also had a really nice expression, but a few penalties as well. A 0.5 point to a 1-point rub or tick in the 360 box going into it, a 1-point hit over the jog pulls, and also another one for stepping in 2 feet into that required space, and then also struggled in the right lead pulls with breaks of gate and more hit penalties. And the same story going over those jog pulls at the end. And then our third place horse, 4, this horse, just right off the bat, I noticed right at the start cone, it was a bit tense and kind of just swarming on the muscle. It also had a few penalties. It struggled the most though over the right lead pulls. So in the reasons room, I do know we talked about this as the officials, that we really were looking to hear that that horse did take the wrong lead going over the right lead pole, and then it broke and it fixed, so we don't penalize for that. But then going over the next pole, it took the wrong lead again, and then it was just a jumble, and we think it broke gate again. But long story short, have a few 3-point penalties there, and you'll get them where you need them to go. If we do want to credit him though over those jog pulls at the end where everybody else struggled, he was the most centered in his footwork, so we will appreciate that. And he also struggled through the gate a little bit. So for the trail, once again, if you missed it, the officials 1-3-4-2 with cuts at 3, 4, and 7.